Okay guys, so now we're going into the orange section, and I guess as a plant mom you shouldn't have favorites, but I have to say this is probably my favorite section this year. It just has exceeded my expectations. Orange was never really my favorite color in the garden, but I have to say I'm really liking this. The orange gladiolus they're amazing. I like the bicolored effect. Some of them are solid, and some of them are the red ones that are falling into this section. But let's see what we got over here. So first things first, we have the pure orange zinnia. Absolutely beautiful, love it. It's bold and that sort of thing. This one right here, this is called Fata Morgana. Now, the Fata Morgana is a light apricot, and it really is. I don't know, I think the camera does convey it. And I think especially when you're putting it next to this scabiosa, this echinacea, which is Confections Marmalade, I think they complement each other really well. And they even go with like the Sunset Coleus, which is more pink than I thought it was going to be, but it looks really pretty. So Fata Morgana is definitely one that I will be adding to my always grow list. Here's one right here. Can't wait. This particular dahlia was supposed to be spectacular, which is orange and white, but it's actually like a cafe au lait. So that's going to open soon. More Fata Morgana. I'm not sure why these particular zinnia are singles as opposed to that one, which has got a full head. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to have to pull these, but I'll show them to you right now. These right here are 4 o'clocks. They will take over. Only plant one, people. These are daylilies that I got from Lorraine at the Oak Tree Daylily Farm. And I'm going to have to check a past video because I can't remember what the names of them are. But they're really pretty and petite and very like a light orange. I know there's a lot of people who don't like daylilies, but and I can certainly understand like the Stella d'Oro, everyone has them. But, if you get a daylily breeder, you can find such unique colors and that sort of thing. Okay, guys, so I'm looking in here. I'm seeing a lot of 4 o'clock. So this coming week, I'm going to be pulling out the majority of that because it's kind of crowding out the chrysanthemum, which is right here and right here. And I just don't want it. And I see some in the back right there. And hold on, let me zoom in on it. And that's pretty much all you really need in your garden. So... actually, I see some amaranth back there that's putting on some height. That's nice. There is some celosia in here that's orange, and I saw a piece of it. I'm gonna have to use a stake. Hang on, let me see. I think there's a piece right here, right there, guys. Okay, that is the Barbora Champagne. Really pretty. Next year I'm going to start it a little earlier, so it'll be bigger when I put it in. This is more zinnia. This is chrysanthemum. Don't know which one that is yet. I'll see when it blooms. But I'm just looking at it from this angle. Let me do the normal magnification. It's just really incredibly beautiful from down here, guys. I'm really happy. So this right here is the Queen Lime series, Queen Lime Orange. This is a yarrow, an orange, a light orange yarrow. This one right here is one of the brush and thistle chrysanthemums. It's Saga knows something. I'll put the name on the screen. Obviously, that's one of the daylilies. There are some snapdragons that overwintered from last year. I can't remember if it's Madame Bronze. I'll put the name on it because I forgot to look it up because I planted it last year. I wasn't expecting it to come back. This is more of the Fata Morgana. This is an echinacea that actually has more orange in it than what it is right now. I'm not sure why it's coming up so pink because it's definitely more orange usually. This is one of the rose bushes. I can't tell which one. Right, it may be Alchemist based upon the leaves, but I can't tell. I think there's another rose bush somewhere. I'll try to find somewhere in here. Somewhere. This right here is one of the dahlias I planted last year. That's the other brush thistle. And, you know, it's the light orange yarrow and that sort of thing. So it's looking really, so this section, like I said, is definitely my favorite for this year. It's just giving me all the feels. Okay, now let's go into the yellow section. The yellow section, I need to do some cleanup. I need to do some deadheading very badly. So right there is a Kevin Floodlight dahlia. Once again, came back from last year. I didn't pull it. It's surrounded by a bunch of Mission Yellow marigolds, which are nice and big, and that's going to be beautiful once it blooms. There's the Kudos Gold Agastache, which actually is doing really well this year. Last year when I put Agastache in, I felt like it struggled, but this year it's doing well. This is the Coronation Gold yarrow, which it's got the dead heads on it, so you know what? I'm just gonna do a big ponytail and just shear it all back. I think it'll work really well, and it'll give some of the other things that are in here time to kind of like put on some growth. Over there, I'm sure you can see a peek of it, and right here, this is the yellow mellow echinacea that I grew from seed. I winter sowed that in 2021. Okay, so now that we're down at this end, this is part of the hydrangea hedge. Okay, and the one in the back I think is, is that a regular limelight? I know the one in the front is a little lime, and then I think the one that's over there is a little quick fire. Okay, so guys, let me just show you this sunflower. There's a sunflower right there, and there's a sunflower right there. These sunflowers I did not actually sow in this bed. They drop seed in the paths. And so they were growing up in the walkways, and I was actually able to transplant them, and look how well they're doing. There's another one right there, and there's one over there. So, you know, typically, actually I forgot, there's even one right there. Typically they tell you not to transplant sunflower because of the taproot, but as you can see, I've done that and they're doing well. Now these are not overly tall sunflowers, so they're not going to be like 8 feet tall. So, and there's actually one in the front right there. Yeah, next to the hydrangea. There's another Kevin Floodlight dahlia. I'm going to need to deadhead that. This is the hollyhock. I'm trying to wait until this thing drops the seeds, but I gotta be honest, y'all, it's kind of ugly. I'm definitely going to need to rework this section next year to kind of address some of I like the hollyhocks, but they can get kind of ugly. I may just forgo seeds and just order them fresh because, seeds are not that expensive, just so I can get this down. I see something back there that looks like it's gotten eaten to death by bugs. It's the amaranth. It was the hot biscuits. I see a little one back. Oh my goodness, it's right there. There's one right there. I actually did start some more, so I'll put some in there and I'll spray it so that it doesn't get eaten to death by bugs. So yeah, the yellow section is not really looking that attractive right now, but I'm going to work on it. And that's kind of sometimes how things go. This is the canary yellow zinnia. That's another dahlia that's like toppled over. I forgot to stake it. My bad. Okay, so let me show you what the Mission. This is the Mission marigold. I grew this from seed. I got them from Burpee. It is a vintage. Marigold. I think the last time they released it was like 50 years ago. So I grabbed another pack because I do like them. They kind of do have like a chrysanthemum type head to them. But yeah, no, they're really pretty. So that's more of the yellow mellow echinacea. Here is some brown-eyed Susan. I'm hoping this gets big. I see some zinnias down there. And then of course, let's see, that right there is a verbascum. I'm kind of not sure how I feel about this verbascum. This one right here in particular is just way too big. and it's not really attractive looking. The one head is misshapen. I don't know. I mean, it's no fuss, no muss. It spreads everywhere, but I don't know. I'm just really not feeling it. So yellow section definitely need to do some work. But I just love this particular view of the garden because this is, you know, I like full overflowing beds. This looks very English to me. I do have a border. The little short shrubby things with the purple blossoms, that is that's their germander. It does bloom, and so, but it does have a very wild English kind of look to it. But you know, it's fine. I don't mind. I think they have spread a lot, so I'm hoping next year they'll put on more vertical growth. There is some heuchera back here. Can barely see it. But yeah, that's the caramel kind. This right here is the Seattle dahlia, and there's one right there. And there are chrysanthemums in here, which is one of the reasons I need to cut some stuff back so they can get some more light. But from the ones I did see, looked pretty good. So, oh yeah, the ones I can see look pretty good. So I'll be, like I said, I'll be cutting like the hollyhock and stuff back. And actually, you know what? Cutting the hollyhock back without letting it set seed may come back again another year. So I'll try that and let you know how it goes. So this is the other green section. So I have some green amaranths to go in this section and the other one. So I'll pull those out. I'm going to cut those brown seed heads. That's the pink Malva moschata. I can cut that back. The hibiscus is getting ready to bloom. Like I said, I have amaranths to go in here. This, I think that's, you know guys, I think that's actually a weed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't look like hang on. Yeah, that's definitely not a marigold, so I gotta pull that. I think that for some reason, I think that's like a wild bleeding heart, if I remember correctly, when I looked at the leaves. There's some sylphid celosia that's back there. It's very, very chartreusey. And then we have the green wizard rudbeckia. And the petals are pretty much the same color as the leaves. Next year, I'm going to be doing some Nicotiana in here. Because that's going to give it the green punch that I need. I saw some at Longwood, and I'm definitely going to do that. I could see the mums. The mums look like they're doing okay. I see some zinnia. The zinnia down here is not doing so good, but I see the other ones are budding up. Oh, here we go. I see one right here. This is Envy. Yeah, the zinnias this year, I have to be honest with you, did not do as well as they did last year. I think some of that might just have to do with the fact that the perennials took off to the point that they kind of shaded them out. Because last year, they got a lot more sun than they did this year. So now onto the middle sections.